Well, it was another masterful display in the sulky by the state's leading driver Cam Hart at Club Menangle tonight. Cam bagging 4 of the 10 winners, 3 of them in feature events. Cam joins me now to talk about his night and what's ahead as far as Tuesday's meeting is concerned. Well, first of all, Cam, congratulations on a wonderful night once again in the sulky.
Yeah, no, it was really good to get through the semis with 3 winners and on to the finals now.
Cam, statewide, the 4 winners tonight, 148 as far as headquarters is concerned now, 40. It's been a wonderful season.
Yeah, for sure. It's probably exceeded my expectations at the start of the season, that's for sure, but been lucky enough to get on these nice horses that Jared trained and also Jason Grimson. We've had just a great run this season, so hopefully we can top it off with a couple of big races later in the year.
Let's talk about those efforts tonight. My Ultimate Bonnie out in 26.9, Cam home in 27.8, an Australasian 2-year-old Colton Golding's record, 150.3.
Yeah, he was super. He was really impressive. Brian let his horse run along and we were able to have a nice trip just in behind there and finished off the race really well. He had a little bit left on the line, which is pretty crazy with the time they went, but he's just a little professional racehorse and, I expect him just to keep getting better and better.
Yeah, I was going to say, he seems to be a very progressive type.
Yeah, for sure. He probably didn't have that real blistering turn of foot like a few of the others early on, but he's slowly picking it up and is really coming into his own now.
My Ultimate Byron kept his unbeaten record intact, stretching his winning sequence to 7. He was out in 27.7, home in 27.4, a 150.9. Did he want to loaf a little bit with you about the 200 metre mark, or were you just trying to cuddle him for as long as possible?
Yeah, I was just trying to cuddle him up. If we could have went 153 or 4 tonight, it would have been lovely, but he got a little revvy early and then, I had a bit of a challenge up the straight, so I just gave him a little wake up at the 200 and he was just doing his best work on the line. He bowled around the corner after the post, really nice.
Cam, he's now won those 7 leading throughout. I'm not going to say he's a one-trick pony, but will he be just as effective or even more effective taking a sit?
I think so. It's just sort of the way it's worked out with his gate speed and, he's probably been the level above this year from all the other colts. So it's just worked out that he's had the lead, but, Jared works him in behind most workouts and he respects the helmet well and, he's been in behind in trials and raced well. So it's just sort of the way it's worked out for him, this season, and with his blistering gate speed, he just sort of always ends up in front.
Can you split the two?
It's hard. I've always been a big believer Byron was quite a few lengths better, to be honest, than Ronnie. But, like I said earlier, Ronnie's really coming into his own now and he's just a really progressive type and a good racehorse, which has taken him a long way. But I think at this stage, Byron's probably the pick of them, but it's hard to split them. They're both, tremendous young horses. So regardless of the draw, in 2 weeks' time, you'll be sticking with My Ultimate Byron? Yeah, I think so. I think, I think he can lead from any barrier and, he's going to take a really good one to beat him from there. And no doubt Ronnie, if he happened to get a good draw and sit on my back, there's no doubt he's going to make a race of it. But, I think at this stage, he's probably the best pick. Perfect front-running drive with Madrid. She went out in 27.7, home in 26.4. You knew you had Miss X on your back and there was no way you were going to let her out. Yeah, I just tried to get it as comfortable as we could early and, I knew she was probably the main danger and Silk Cloud, she went really good tonight. Luke's getting the best out of her, so it was a good race and I was able to just zip up the straight, which was the plan. He's a very professional and a very astute trainer, Jared Orchin. Yeah, he's just done a sensational job with these babies. So much work goes into them, and to keep them racing at their peaks, the whole way through the season. It's been a long season for them, so to still have them, peaking at this time of the year is definitely a good, training effort. Well, Cam, let's see if the good work will continue on Tuesday. Just with 2 of your runners in race 7, the Wolf runner-up for Jason Grimson in 2 runs and draws nicely. Yeah, she's got a really good draw and really happy with her first up couple of runs at Penrith. She was given a couple of bad barriers there and, it's always hard to run down some handy ones around the half-mile track. So to come back here at Menangle with the good draw, I expect her to be really hard to beat. Now the form goer shows Terry Rama finishing last, beaten 68 metres behind Rocky Creed last time out. Were you going to be in the finish bar for breaking on the home turn? Yeah, I think he probably would have won that race quite comfortably. He was just travelling so well, but he's just been a bit of a tricky horse for Jace to work out and, he's spent the last couple of weeks really working on him and he's always been a bit of a funny horse in his gear and Jace hadn't had him long, so he's just still working the horse out, but, I expect him to be hard to beat.
With the way Jace has been training over the past 12 months or so, he doesn't take long to work him out. You've got gate 10. Where do you go from there?
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of gate speed. He's a bit of an awkward gated horse, so we'll just try and slot in, and he's got a really good turn of foot, so if there's any sort of tempo up front, he's going to be storming home late.
Well, Kim, you've been very generous with your time. You've finished your commitments here at Clydebank and you've stuck around. Thanks for that, and good luck as this series progresses with the Breeders' Challenge.
Thank you, I appreciate it.